love none else but you. And her voice is sweet and tender as the moonlight on the sea. Her brown eyes softly beaming are filled with love for me. And my happy heart is beating while the rosy hours are fleeting as I rest beside my darling Zelma Lee. Zelma Lee, Zelma Lee, as I sit beside my darling Zelma Lee. And my happy heart is beating while the rosy hours are fleeting as I sit beside my darling Zelma Lee. Like a winsome little fairy with her steps so light and airy, round the cottage she is flitting all the day. And the music of her singing like a wild bird's notes is ringing through the woodlands as it echoes all the day. And the music of her voice is sweet and tender on the sea. Her brown eyes softly beaming were filled with love for me. And my happy heart is beating while the rosy hours are fleeting as I sit beside my darling Zelma Lee. Zelma Lee, Zelma Lee, as I sit beside my darling Zelma Lee. And my happy heart is beating while the rosy hours are fleeting as I sit beside my darling Zelma Lee. When the nightly dew is falling and the mockingbird is calling, we often stroll together on the shore, where the silvery waters glisten as the wavelets seem to listen. Our vows will oft repeated o'er and o'er. Then my darling softly tells me in her sweet and winning tone, with summer I may claim her forever as my own. And I whisper that I love her as the moonbeams seem to hover, with a blessing that was meant for us alone. And her voice is sweet and tender as the moonlight on the sea. Her brown eyes softly beaming are filled with love for me. And my happy heart is beating while the rosy hours are fleeting as I sit beside my darling Zelma Lee. Zelma Lee, Zelma Lee, as I sit beside my darling Zelma Lee. And my happy heart is beating while the rosy hours are fleeting as I sit beside my